welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hello. So this video is going to be a life update. Some updates I want to share with you guys about my life, of course. So this video is probably going to be really chatty, really rambly. I'm literally just gonna sit here and talk to you guys. So if you guys aren't interested in a video like this, I'll see you guys in the next one. You don't have to watch this. This video is just more of a courtesy for those of you guys who are interested in, you know, what's going on with me and stuff about what's going to happen with my channel and stuff like that, and how often I post and what I'm gonna post. So I do have an announcement, I guess. So if you guys have been following me for a while, you guys will have known that I studied actuarial science in college, and also I vlogged and included it in the vlogs that I went on a job interview and I actually heard back, and that company offered me a position to be an actuarial analyst. So I did accept it, and I have actually put in my letter of resignation for my position now that I have, which is a group underwriter at a health insurance company. So I am switching gears, I am switching careers, jobs in a way. It was a lot harder for me to do this than I thought. Before I got this offer, it seemed like something that I would jump at the opportunity of, but because taking on this job would come at the cost of the current job I have, it is a lot more to give up. You guys can tell, and I know that I have a great work-life balance at this job. Day to day, it's a pretty good 9-to-5 job for me. It fits what I enjoy doing. So I think what I'm most afraid of is just the unknown and trying something new. But you know, I'm always open to trying something new. I don't like to be too comfortable in my life. I do enjoy being comfortable, but I like to take on new things. So yeah, I also want this video to be informative for those who want to pursue the actuarial career. So I'm going to talk about my stats and how I ended up getting this actuary job, and then I'll go into all of the personal stuff and what it means for my channel and all that jazz. So this video will be useful for those who are new here and want to know about the actuary stuff, and then also my subbies who want to know more about what's going to happen in my personal life, and maybe you guys can learn something new about actuary stuff. So for stats, I am 24 years old right now. I graduated from a 4-year university in 2017 with a Bachelor of Arts in Actuarial Science. So at the school I was at, it doesn't really hinder you if you get a BA rather than a BS, and a BS was a lot more classes, of course, and I wanted to graduate on time rather than stay at school for longer because it cost money and I didn't want to. So there's that. And then I graduated in May and I started my underwriting job in June, so a month later. I was lucky enough to get that job. I originally had accepted a claims adjuster job, but it paid very little compared to the underwriting job. I found the underwriting job from Indeed. I didn't have to do any phone calls. I went in for a 1-hour interview with 2 directors, so they were both half an hour each, and I ended up getting the offer, and then I ended up working for one of the directors in the interview. So I do think that that interview process was a lot shorter, and that position was in the financial district of New York City, and I've worked there, so it's March and I started in June, so I think I've worked there for a year and 9 months. And I was promoted 12 months in, so I was actually group underwriter level 1, and then a year later I was promoted to group underwriter level 2. And then during the whole time so in my undergrad I did get 2 exams. I got exam FM and then I got exam P, and then I graduated. I did try for exam MFE in my senior year, but I failed. And then I tried again in November 2017. So I had been working 5 months already, and I would study after work. So I passed it in November 2017. So I have 3 exams. I didn't study for anything or sit for any exams in 2018. I more wanted to just relax, live my life, try something new, which is why I have my YouTube channel today that I have. So I guess a lot of the time that I spent studying, I put into my YouTube channel, like sitting down and filming and editing. And then during all of the time I've been working, some months I wouldn't apply for jobs, some months I would apply for a bunch of jobs. I usually, when I would be applying, I would apply to like 3 or 5 jobs a night for a week, and then I would just do there. Because actuarial science is so niche, and those entry-level positions, they're very limited, especially in New York City. They get filled up really quickly. I think companies just choose to hire their interns because, you know, they have experience with their interns. I do know that firsthand that they do that, or at least offer interviews to their interns first. So there's that. So I applied and applied and applied. I got a lot of no emails. I got a lot of rejections. And then I would also get calls from recruiters and HR, mainly doing a phone screening, having me explain my resume to them. So I would do that on days that I work from home. I didn't really vlog it just because I didn't really want to share, you know, every single no with you guys. So then I've had a couple times where I had to do then a phone interview with an associate that works at the company, but I never really got an in-person interview. I've had 3 in-person interviews. I've had one at a pensions firm, a pension consulting firm, which was in Stamford, Connecticut. It was like 3 hours long and I didn't get it. Oh wait, I had 4, sorry. And then I've had an in-person interview with a insurance company, a different insurance company, not at the one I work at, and I didn't get a call back for that. They ended up moving on to the second round of interviews with other people, and I know that because my friend works there. And then the third one is I actually had a internal interview. So at my own company, I did show interest that I wanted to be in an actuarial role at my own company, and the director of the actuarial team that works on the same floor as me did reach out and say, hey, we do have an opening, so if you want to do the interview, you're open to doing the interview. And I spoke to my director about it. It was super tough, but I think he knew and he wanted the best for me, and that's what I wanted at that time. So I did pursue it. It was a 3-hour interview as well. I think I talked to like 4 people, and then I had an Excel test after that, which was kind of a disaster. I mean, I think I did okay, but I could have done a lot better, but I didn't have the technical skills developed yet that they wanted me to show on the Excel test. But the girl that was proctoring me, I guess, was open to me asking questions, and she did like that I did ask questions, because some people just kind of sit there and don't ask. So that was that. And then the 4th one is the one that I did. I vlogged it in vlog number 30, and I did it. So I'll tell you guys a little bit. I'll walk you guys through how I ended up getting that position. And I'll tell you guys the timeline, because I don't know, I like that kind of stuff. So I'm just seeing when I applied for it. Okay, so it says, thank you for your application at company here. So I think I applied for it on February 2nd, 2019. And then after that, I got a call Oh, so 2 days after that, I got an email from the recruiter to set up a phone call. So I did that 2 days after. And then actually went on my birthday trip, so I wasn't available to do the call, but I did it right after I came back. And that call was February 22nd, which I had a 30-minute phone interview with an associate. We just talked about stuff, and I answered questions about my resume. So I just shared with them like what kind of skills I have right now, and I did talk a lot about the company, which I think that that associate really liked, and we kind of meshed a little bit. He's actually from California, and I just went on a trip from California, so I thought that was really cool. And then I actually heard back, and I was called in for the in-person interview, which I actually set up the day before my anniversary, which was March 7th. So we're about a month in after I've applied, so I think that is pretty quick. Sometimes I don't even hear back. Like you guys heard, I heard 2 days after I applied. I think that's the fastest I've ever heard of it. So I had done the whole interview with I've gone through the 2-hour interview at that company. It is a consulting company, so it's not a insurance company, and it is pretty common that consulting companies have longer hours than insurance companies as well. So just to let you guys know and keep that in mind. So I did the interview, and then I interviewed with 4 people, so it was like 30-minute intervals each person. I think my first person carried over in time. So it was a 5-year associate, 2 principals, and then the partner at the very end. So I think what really helped me, even though I probably will never find out, was that I asked them about their experience, of course, but I did ask everyone the same question about like what is their favorite thing at the company, and what if they were able to grow, and then if they could share with me their experience. And then I was just having a natural conversation with the partner at the very end, and I kind of shared with him that like people is very important. This company really, I almost said the company this company really values the people. I mean, just like most companies, but I think a consulting firm has a bit more emphasis on that, just because it's a lot of people-oriented job and a lot of interactions like that. So I shared with him that like from the 3 previous people that I spoke to, you know, they've grown and they've changed and they've really developed as professionals, and I wanted that for myself. And then we talked a little bit more, so there's that. Also, I think what helped me in this interview is that I did have printed copies of my own resume, and I brought them, you know, just in case, and also for myself to reference. I wasn't afraid of it. I mean, I know what I'm talking about, but I also wanted to reference my own resume, and also so person that I'm interviewing can follow along. So I had that, and it actually came in handy at the very end because the partner came in and he didn't have my resume. I feel like I'm talking really fast. I don't know. I think just because this is like facts, so I'm like pretty good at talking about facts. So then I just handed over my resume that I had printed, so I think that was a good impression. I also had a padfolio. Let me go grab it. So, of course, I had the whole professional garb outfit on. So this is the padfolio that I had. This is my boyfriend, so it's a School of Management on it in etching. But I'm not going to go too much into detail. So yeah, so here is what it looks like. These are just random notes. I don't think you guys can really see it. That's what I wanted to come off as. So then I did that, and then after that, it was a Thursday, so that Friday on my anniversary actually, I sat down and I wrote my 4 thank you emails. I made sure to get their contact information. I wrote a little blurb, reference something that we talked about, so I was memorable, hopefully, and then switch it to how I could have a similar experience or something like that to, you know, imagine myself at the company, and prospectively hopefully be the person that they pick, like an actuarial analyst. So yeah, and then after that day I got a call I get a lot of spam calls from like China spam bots, so I don't really ever pick up spam phone calls on my phone, and if it's important enough, that person will leave me a voicemail. So I think I'll play it for you guys. Is that too much? Who knows? So she actually called me on Pi Day, which I think is really funny because Actuarial Science has to do with a lot of math. It's basically math, it's all math, yeah. So for her to call me on Pi Day, I think was very special to me and very ironic, so yeah.
Hi Carmen, it's Alex. Just wanted to give you a call regarding your recent interview. If you could just give me a call back at 911.
So yeah, of course I blurbed out her name and the company, but yeah, she left me a voicemail, and then I stepped into the hallway and I called her back, and then she asked me how I was doing, and I said, you know, oh, I did the interview a week ago, so I'm just waiting to hear back, but I'm doing great. And then she said about that, the team got together and they decided to offer you the position, and it was like such an amazing call. I wish I vlogged it, but I know I couldn't have. And yeah, that was like one of the most life-changing phone calls of my life. And then she gave me like the offer, like the salary and everything like that. The salary was higher than what I asked for, so I did try to negotiate, but I think it was a good number. So I'll just let you guys know about that if you guys, you know, wanted to hear. I just want to be a vessel of knowledge for you guys. So yeah, it was a mainly behavioral, I can't talk, interview. It wasn't technical skills at all. I think because it is their entry level, they're going to train me and teach me everything that they want to teach me. So yeah, after that I thought about it over the weekend. Also in the interview, it was stressed to me that no one leaves at 5. So there's that. You know, I have a really cushy job right now with work-life balance. So that's gonna suck, but I know I have to study, so I'm gonna try to study in the office when I have to stay and stuff, or at least get used to those kind of hours. And yeah, I would say don't give up. Just keep trying. You know, you only need one yes, no matter how many no's you get. It took me a little under 2 years after graduation to get an actuarial position. I was extremely picky about wanting to stay in New York City, and I would say New York City is the most competitive place to get a actuarial position that I know of. I do have friends. Some of them haven't gotten it. They've gotten actuarial positions from Binghamton, which is the college that I went to, but they couldn't get one in New York City just because it's so competitive. And I did interview in like Connecticut and stuff like that. So I've been to doing interviews in New Jersey, but I didn't get any. I've been offered interviews in Dallas, Texas, and Philadelphia, but again, I was just stubborn and I want to stay in New York City, and I do value where I work, and that's why. So yeah, I think that was the summary of how I got my job and stuff. So again, it is going to be health and benefits, actuarial consulting, and I do have 3 exams, and I am going to try to pursue my fellowship, which is 10 exams, but first of course get the ACAS, which is 7 exams, VE requirements, and some modules, I think, or modules are for fellows. I'm not really so sure yet, but I know a lot of studying, a lot of schooling to come. But yeah, so now I want to talk about why I didn't give up and stuff like that. So I am an extremely stubborn person, and I do think I'm pretty driven and hardworking. So I did everything under my control that I could do. So I thought the 3 exams was good enough to get an entry role. I didn't want to take too many without getting actuarial experience, because I wasn't sure if I was ever gonna get actuarial experience, you know, and I didn't want to continue taking exams and not have experience along with it. That was my personal choice, and I also studied it in college, and me being my stubborn self, I wanted my career path to match my degree in a sense. I knew that underwriting is also related to like actuarial science and math, so that was still good enough for me, which is basically why I took that position. But bottom line, I still wanted to try. I do want to say that I think actuarial science, being an actuary, is more prestigious than being an underwriter. Also because of the competitiveness and how difficult it is to get this job. So I do feel really honored to be able to achieve this in my life. And yeah, in a sense, I feel like I finally made it to this step, but I know because I finally made it to this step, I have like a whole ladder to climb now with my career path and exams and everything like that. And for those of you who are like my subbies watching this, that don't really know much about actuarial science, it's kind of like accounting, like the CPA, but on crack, because there's 10 exams or 7 as compared to 4, but they aren't time sensitive, so that's good. But they're way more math focused rather than like accounting concepts. So, and each exam that I've passed, they recommend 300 hours of studying. I think I've done more than that just because I'm a slow learner and it takes more time for me to learn stuff, but I'm okay with putting in the work, of course. And yeah, oh my god, I forgot. So I'll just put down like some stats here just in case I forgot anything, or I'll do it now before I tell you more. But I do want to say, don't give up, because C's get degrees, and I did not do that good in undergrad. I do think that my college is hard, and there was not a lot of support for actuarial science. It was kind of like just thrown in there, I think. And I say this because a lot of the classes for VE requirements were being developed while I was there. It wasn't really like readily available. So because of that, that's also why I graduated without fulfilling my VE requirements, and I don't need them to graduate. I needed to follow whatever coursework they wanted me to complete. So I did that first, and then I didn't have enough time to do the VE requirements, and I just wanted to graduate. Also because I didn't have, you know, anything actuarial lined up, so I wasn't sure if I would ever need to fulfill VE requirements, if that makes sense. Oh yeah, and I didn't do that well in school, so I graduated with a 3.03 GPA, I think, and you guys can laugh at me, like that is really low. Again, because I didn't have much support in college, and yeah, I didn't really just do that well. I didn't understand like what they wanted from me, and then the test would come up and like I would have no idea on the test, and then I would guess, and guessing in a math class is like as good as just leaving the question blank. You know, every math question only has one answer. But yeah, so there's that. But you know, you guys can just, I don't know, take my story for inspiration, because I do think it is an underdog's story, and I do feel like the underdog that just came out and finally got it, you know? So for the majority of my undergrad, I had like a 2-point-something GPA, so I hope that makes you feel better. And then after you graduate and when you're working, you don't really need to show your GPA. I think a year after, like after I got promoted, I took my GPA off my resume, so I think that helped. So I think my current job doesn't even know my GPA because it's not important. at that point, your work experience is more important, and how you are as a professional is important. So yeah, I think I finished. I feel so on top of it. So I think I finished everything I wanted to talk about actuarial career-wise. If you guys were curious what I do for a living, stuff like that, because I do get those comments from time to time, and they're very warranted. Like, I don't mind. If anything, I would start my video off just saying what I do, but I know that gets annoying. So yeah. So hi to my subbies. This part is for you. I do want to say I did start my channel because of the free time I had when I wasn't studying for exams. My first sit down video was my Skyla IUD video, which I did either when I had free time from studying or when I was just bored. So my channel is a lot of a stress reliever for me and a hobby, and what I really love enjoying in my free time, mainly because it's like the exact opposite of what I'm pursuing as a career. So yeah, that's YouTube. And yeah, so I was actually able to upload regularly because of the work-life balance that my job gave me, which as you guys know, I work from home twice a week, and then in the very beginning I worked from home once a week, and I would do videos on my weekend and then edit after work. So because now the job that I'm taking on, I actually start mid-April, and I have a week in between as well, so maybe I will record more videos for you guys. It just depends what I want to do. So, and of course I'll still be vlogging. I think my vlogs, oh yeah, so I'll just talk about what it means for my channel and stuff. So I still will be vlogging. I love vlogging, and I do want to share my life with you guys when it comes to like new stuff, but for day-to-day stuff, like boring stuff, I don't want to vlog. Also, like, vlogging does, it is a little bit of more stress, just because it's always in the back of my mind. Like, I have to remember, you know, like what I'm sharing in my vlog, and then it's like, I think why my vlogs are good in a sense, or why you guys enjoy them, is because it's like storytelling. So I don't necessarily just pick up and share when I feel like sharing. Like, I always have to keep in the back of my mind when was the last time I talked to you guys, and then have it blend in with everything else that's going on, or at least have you guys feel like you're coming along with me. I think that's what I most enjoy about watching other people's vlogs. So hey, if you guys wanted to vlog, maybe that would be a tip for you guys. I do check out some of your guys' videos, and they're so cute, and I love to watch you guys. Yeah, I think I'm allowed to ramble in this video because of my disclaimer in the beginning. But yeah, so that's what's gonna go on with vlogs. Just to share with you guys like how much free time I'm going to have now versus how much I used to have. So yeah, I would work from home twice a week and have the weekends, and also have like whatever time I get home to sleeping on weekdays. So like I would get home at like 6:30 because my commute is pretty long. It's like an hour and a half each way actually. So yeah, from like 6:30 to 11:30, like I can do whatever I want. And most times I actually edit or upload or edit a thumbnail or write the description box or get back to emails about stuff. So I did have a lot of free time, which is why it seems like I'm so active on my channel. So with the new job, it is going to be a Monday to Friday, 9 to I don't know when, because it's gonna have to be after 5. Yeah, and then it was kind of expressed to me that overtime is kind of guaranteed, so gonna have to do overtime. So that will probably be like little to no editing or YouTube time after work. And then I am also going to want to start studying and practice exams and reviewing those practice exams again and again and again. And each practice exam is probably like 3 hours. And even to review that, it's going to take even longer. So just for you guys to conceptualize, I'm going to have very little time, and I'll probably just spend my weekends studying as well. When I was studying before undergrad and even after work, before I started uploading regularly, I had less of a social life as well. So that's gonna factor in. It's not gonna last forever though, but it is gonna be the several years after this point until I either stop studying or have achieved what I wanted to achieve or am capable of achieving, like the ACAS or fellowship. But it's gonna be the majority of my 20s, and I want that for myself because it is such a prestigious job, and you know, you're just borderline a smart person, you know, you don't need to explain how smart you are. It's like, this is how smart I am, you know, and I want that for myself. That's just how I've grown and wanted. I do know some of you guys are in school and some of you guys are even in your masters. Hi, Sarah. So yeah, definitely keep pursuing what you want. You know, you just need one yes, no matter how many no's you have, and just keep trying. You know, your moment will come. And I think as long as you're a hardworking person, like, no one can take that away from you. And not a lot of people are like that, actually, like as driven and dedicated. And I will still, oh yeah, and I forgot to say, so of course I do want to say actuarial jobs pay more than underwriting. I think just because of the technical skills and then the exams, and it's just more work and more complex. So that is reflected in the salary. I'm not going to say how much I get paid, but you can just find out on Glassdoor and Google, or ask your friends or friends of friends if they want to share with you. But yeah, I wanted to add that in. So because I'm switching jobs and switching into a career that pays more, I will have more money. So maybe, you know, I'll still do unboxings of whatever I get. I'm still really budget conscious and, you know, price conscious, and luxury items aren't cheap. I don't like paying retail. I don't like paying retail and then tax on top of that retail price, which is why I get things secondhand. I will continue to do that. I'm really content with my collection, or what I have right now. If you guys are here to follow, if you guys found me from the luxury videos and started following me from that, that's what I have to share with you guys. What else? And yeah, because I don't like paying retail and then tax on top of retail, I think whenever I go to like Europe, I will try to get some small pieces or big pieces. I think it depends on what's available there when you go, because that's what everybody does. But I have no plans to travel. You know, I gotta buckle down and study, and also Cody isn't ready to travel yet, but I do think we'll travel later on in this year, just not right now. And oh, and I will still do hauls for you guys. I will still try to do reviews and stuff. I am in the middle of making like an eyelash video, and I also want to do like a dress try on haul with a wedding and a get ready with me video, because that's just what I want to make. You guys seem to like the dresses that I shared on my Instagram. Oh yeah, if you guys like, I don't know, like seeing my face regularly on YouTube, if you guys want to see more of me, I do post Insta stories like every day. So if you guys are interested, you can follow me on Instagram, but I don't want to ask you guys to follow me on Instagram because I don't know, I just don't like doing that. You know, if you want to follow me, you can. And if you like the content that I put on my Instagram, definitely check it out. But yeah, if you just wanted more updates or wanted to see what's going on, definitely check out my Instagram. I am very active on Instagram as well. But yeah, I hope you guys like this video. I think you guys do like when I sit down and talk to you guys like heart to heart, you know, person to person, because I don't really do that in like other videos, because those videos are just to talk about stuff. But yeah, also if you guys want, I don't know, more videos like this, I'm so open to doing it. I think I will do more, you know, like maybe more actuary type videos when I have more experience in them. What else? Would you guys be interested in a budget, personal finance type video about how I paid off my college loan? So I paid it off in like 9 months after working full-time, and it was a little less than $18,000. So let me know if you guys want to see that, because it is a very personal video. So if you guys want to see it, I'll make it. Oh, I kind of want to do the assumptions, like I read assumptions about me video. So if you guys want to see that too, let me know. And then I guess periodically check my Instagram when I decide to put up the Insta story polling to get your assumptions about me. And you guys can also write it down below if you just want to do it that way, because I know checking my Instagram is like a lot of work too. But if it's too mean, then I might not want to do it. But if it's like some things I've never talked about but are actually true, I'll do it, because that's like really interesting. Yeah. What else? I do also want to say I'm really glad for this change in my life. Like, I've wanted this for so long, and I know it's gonna be so hard. Like, under everything, like under my makeup, under the hardworkingness, I'm still a lazy ass person, and I still like to sit in bed and do nothing, but only for like 2 hours. So I know like going to work 5 days a week is gonna be a big change for me, because I'm so used to only going in 3 days a week. So it's gonna be really sad. And taking the MTA is just not fun either. Like public transportation, not fun. But this is what I wanted, so I'm really glad to have gotten what I wanted. Like, okay, if you guys are Chinese, like, this is my year. Like, I'm the year of a pig. So yeah, so I'm 24, and then there's 12 animals, so this is like the second time it's my year. And my family says this is, or at least Chinese people say, this is either the best year of your life or the worst year of your life, or one of them. So like basically when it's your year, like your zodiac sign, it's a very influential year for you. And so it's only been like a month after my birthday, and like month or 2 months after Chinese Lunar New Year. This is definitely a good, best year for me. So I'm really glad. I hope you guys are having a good year as well. And yeah, I know I'm super rambly, but I hope you guys enjoyed me sharing everything with you guys, because like in other videos I don't want to ramble on too much or share too much about like myself, because I do get comments about like I'm too slow and get to the point, stuff like that. So I do want my videos to be really efficient like the other ones, but this one's all about me, all about me. Please don't dislike this video. But yeah. Oh yeah, so because of this change, like I do feel like rejuvenated with everything else in my life. I felt really repetitive on my channel. I know you guys still enjoy my vlogs and stuff, but on the back end, it felt really repetitive and not rehearsed, but it felt forced, and I didn't know why. Like, I still wanted to share with you guys, but it was just a lot of work at that point, and I had been doing the vlogs for like so long, like maybe like 9 months. So, and it was like almost every day, so it was taking a toll on me as well. So I'm trying something new. Like, I still want to vlog, but like only at times when I actually am excited to share stuff with you guys and stuff that's new. So you guys will see those vlogs as well. And yeah, I'm really happy. So I hope you guys are happy as well. You know, let me know what's going on in your life. Like, I love knowing about you guys too. Yeah, so I think that's it. I'll still post. I think I'll try to post, you know, a couple videos every month, but it's definitely going to be a lot less in quantity, but I think it will still be great in quality. So yeah. And until next time, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. See you soon.